How did you learn to write screenplays or stage plays?
I don't think I ever learned it. I don't think I ever learned to write screenplays or stage plays. I think I learned what was in a story that connected with people, and then figured out how to put that into lines. And I think that's really what it is. People go to school and they read these books. They're trying to just find out what a story is and then how to relay it. But I think consuming all types of content really is a thing that can teach you that in such a way. Because it's like, okay, I watch movies. I go to the movies multiple times a week. I don't watch TV, but I go to the movies all the time. But I'm watching the audience too. Like, what was the moment where they kind of leaned back and kind of settled in? Or what was the moment that they reacted to it well, or kind of seemed a little disconnected, got on their phones or whatever. So yeah, stories connect with people. And if you know how to connect with people, outside of writing, you can tell a story. And that's everybody. So everyone has some level of connection to people. So they can translate that to a paper, then you're a writer. And I have learned to do that by doing it. Doing it and hearing it and reading it and seeing it. So reading scripts helps, yes, but you got to see the outcome of that script, so go watch the movie. And you have to see the reaction that the movie had on the people, so go to the movies, and you become a better writer. I had an English teacher, Mr. Pomeroy, in 10th grade, back at Penwood in Lansdowne, Pennsylvania, and he said, people always say you become a better writer by reading. And he said, that's not true. You become a better writer by writing. And he would say to us every day into his class, he would say, write. That would be his first word when we got into the room. And we would write. And it was the most amazing class. It was an AP class, and it was either you got an A or an F.
Oh, wow.
There was no grading of the papers, nothing. It was either you did the work, you tried, you got an A. You didn't do the work, you're not trying, you get an F. So everyone in that class, they wrote. And we grew leaps and bounds without boundaries. It wasn't like, oh, am I getting a B? Or it was just writing. And that was very freeing. And I think that kind of gave me the mindset that I have now, where if I want to be a better writer, I need to write. If I want to be a better whatever, I need to do it. So I applied that thing that he told me. I think of him very fondly, very often, because he encouraged me in a way that was invaluable, just to write, and that it was good, and that I could impact people with it.
That's really interesting. So do you think just the fact that he had such a love for this, whereas maybe other parts of your life, movies had to be, inspected, you saw the freedom that he had with story, and it just made you feel like you could be free with writing?
But I think the freedom my teacher gave me in writing could never be taken away. The reason I say that, the next year, 11th grade, I had the teacher, it's like, you have to do it this way. There's no way you wrote this right now. Like, she would have us do these journal entries, and she's like, oh no, you didn't just write this. And I'm like, that's how my thoughts come out. And she's like, okay. It was just like a very negative space, but I didn't lose what he gave me. I was just like, well, let me see how I can better interact with this woman that wants me to do this and this and this. But I knew that I already achieved it, and I had already experienced it. So that experiential learning, I kept with me through that moment and beyond. So I still feel a sense of freedom. I think for me, sometimes I feel there's so much a producer does, and we get so boggled down with tasks. So if I could just take a moment just to write some things down, so totally disconnected from work, I always feel better. And I think that's something that he taught us. Like, you can free yourself because you're getting your thoughts out, you're getting your thoughts organized, even for anyone, not just writers. So anyone that wants to kind of just bring themselves back to center, writing is a great way to do it. So that freedom, yes, he established it, and it definitely continued on and continues on today. And I try to give that to other people as well. So before I tell them what not to do, like, just go. And that's in anything, like my wardrobe designer, my set designer, like, no, just express, go. Like, spend a day with it. Don't try to do it the way that fits into this, just go for a day. And then some beautiful things could come out that might have been kind of pushed down by too much of a structure in a bad moment. You need the structure, because then I need to come and make sure you're productive and all these things, but let them go first. And then you'll be surprised at how many beautiful things come out.